We are starting the stream now. Camera. Alright, cool. All good? All good to go? Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, cool. All right, everyone. We might get started. I'm sure everyone here is pretty keen to get out of here and know if your team won the prize. So let's get into it. Welcome to GameJam 2026 Final Presentations and Prize Awards. Massive thank you to all of you rocking up and being part of GameJam this year. It's the first time we're running this event, and the community's been at it for the last 3 months, grinding, making sure that this thing is running well. So we hope you guys had an absolute ripper of a weekend. Big thanks to our judges as well for spending their time and coming here today, especially during Mother's Day. And yeah, now we're gonna move on to the final presentations. Just a bit on how this presentation is gonna run over the next hour or so. We're gonna have the top 3 highest People's Choice voted teams do the final presentations to compete for the best overall. After that, judges will deliberate for a couple minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll announce all the prize awards as well. So yeah, as mentioned earlier, the top 3 People's Choice teams that are going to come up and pitch their projects. Big congrats to the Game Jammers, Frigid Digits, and Chrono Trouble. So can we just get a round of applause, please? How this works is that you'll each get 7 minutes to present, followed by 3 minutes of Q&A from the judges. So yeah, let's start with team 1, which is Chrono Trouble.
Thank you so much. Well, they say team, but it's only me. Hello, everybody. Who here has been to the arcade recently? Anybody?
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so arcade goers here? Anybody? No? Surprisingly, not too many, actually. I'm quite surprised. Well, okay, so in arcade games, if you've ever been, there are the gun shooty games there, right? In the olden days, there used to be light guns, so you would press the trigger and the CRT would flash white in only one section. You would see it, and the camera would see that and then say, hey, you hit something. But unfortunately, we don't have CRTs anymore. So humanity has evolved to use something called IR tracking. IR being for infrared, essentially has a camera on your gun. I know it looks very jank, but it detects the positions of predetermined IR LED locations. And based on that information, it triangulates where the gun is pointed at. That's pretty much the gist of what this is doing as well. Now, the actual arcade cabinets use proper IR sensors and trackers. I, however, forgot to buy those. Instead, I brought a little camera module, which has, well, it can track light, right? Because it's a camera, it's a sensor. But the problem with cameras is that they also see visible light. But okay, so it's like a 3-tiered problem, right? The first tier of problem is that because cameras can see both IR and infrared and visible light, when you take a picture in that state, the picture can get pretty noisy because if there are any heat sources, that spot is going to be bright because that emits IR. But we developed but humanity has developed an IR filter that cuts out those bandwidths, right? That's what's usually installed on pretty much every camera that you see here. However, for this project, we don't want that. So I had to break into these cameras and physically remove those lenses. Now, because of that, the second controller over here, I accidentally damaged the lenses. So that's why during the demo, you guys saw that, I wasn't using this controller because it was broken. Technically, it does work on a very dark room. So like, if we could just also dim the lights here as well. Can we dim the lights here? Like the lights? Oh, yeah. So hopefully the second gun controller could work during this demonstration so that I could show you what it's actually supposed to do. So yes, just like the arcade games, this was built to be 2 players. So that's why we have gun 1 and gun 2. So I would just need a couple of volunteers to come help me. Just one person, really. Maybe from the judges. Anybody would like to play? So I gave you the gun that's verifiably sure would work, right? Because I'm not sure if this would work, and if it does, happy. But if it doesn't, I'll just focus on talking. So I don't know, can people see what we're doing? Well, it's fine. So press the trigger to start, and the first part is the tutorial that people see. And at this point, we should be seeing infrared, but I just realized that we're not seeing it because of this. Yeah, sorry. I know. Hopefully that's good enough. Oh, okay, so that's one of them seeing. So you should be having the blue sensor. You might want to stand here where I'm standing, yeah. So, okay, red is somewhat here, but I think it's still broken. Yeah, you can aim down, but not up, probably because of that window over there. See, because of that, because of the broken lens, even the slight amount of light from like other sources, like, sunlight probably, is going to like mess with the sensors. So, yeah, just pulling the trigger, clearly shoots. There was plans, well, it was wired so that a solenoid inside of the gun would push and pull back based on when you pull the trigger, right? But because the rated current for the solenoid was not true for what it was written in the data sheet. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way of what Kirchhoff's current law was. So it tried to draw too much current from the battery and it almost blew the whole controller up. But that's okay, I just cut off the solenoid. Most of this project was just taken, just building the controller itself, wiring everything together, soldering, making a cardboard shell. But I'll be honest, that was pretty therapeutic. I liked that part. What I didn't like the part was actually programming the controller logic, because that introduced a lot of bugs. Now, the biggest bug, of course, is tuning the camera so that it sees enough light, but not too much, so that it reacts to any noise in the camera. Or, you tune it too harshly and it won't see anything at all. So I spent like probably a good 5 hours on just tuning the 2 cameras. And it turns out one of them doesn't even work because I did it in the night. So if there's any light, one just doesn't work. Wait, actually, now that it's closed, maybe it should work. No, doesn't seem like it is. Oh, well, that's fine. But yes, thankfully, I did program it in for the purposes of debugging in Unity. The player 2 can play using a mouse when there's only one controller connected. But other than that, everything else, I just sort of ripped off of Time Crisis, which is like a very famous arcade game. Push, thank you, trigger to shoot, look away to reload. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else to say, because I explained.
Well, you're out of time.
Oh, I'm out of time. Oh, okay, perfect.
Yep. That is
very
all.
much
Do judges have any questions for this project? Please do.
All right. The hardest thing about game jams is time. What would you do differently next time?
So could you say that again?
The hardest things about game jam is time.
Yeah.
What would you do differently?
I would like one more person to actually help me build these things. Because again, I had to be the person who both made the game and made the controller. And I feel like if there was one more person who was doing either or, I feel like I could have spent a lot more quality time on either of these two like components. Like if anything, if I was given the time, right, I could have gone to JCar and bought a 12-volt power supply, battery, right, instead of just relying on the 3.7-volt battery that's inside. If I could have done that, then the solenoid would have its own power supply and it would just work fine. But because I had to make the game itself as well, I had to sacrifice some quality things. But one more thing I just realized is that I didn't necessarily have to make the game because there are already on-the-rail shooters, and I could have just programmed the controls and just like let it play a Steam game or something. So yeah, probably spreading out my effort too much is the issue, I think, for this one.
Let's take one more question.
So do you have any plan to commercialize that in any way?
No. I mean, I could, but who's going to buy this, first of all? But it's more so that it's already commercialized with better parts. Because again, this project was essentially copying what's already done on the market. So you would see a better version of these controllers at the arcades, except that they're wired. Because of course they are, because people are going to steal the controllers if they're wireless. But I'm not sure if I said this, but I sort of got the inspiration for this because the controllers at the arcades were so terribly calibrated. So I said, I could probably make a better one. I couldn't, but that's besides the point.
Cool. I'll be in.
Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you, Chrono Trouble. Up next, we have the Game Jammers. Over to you guys. Watch the crowd. Just give me 3 minutes.
Okay, so this works.
Could we connect that laptop, please?
Yep. Just plug it into the room HDMI, and I'll just fill the screen.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I thought something was like everything's muted. So
Yeah, we're just going through these ones. There's no. It's all coming from the.
all right, cool.
And then when you're ready, just press start.
So
We might drop some of the lights closer to you guys so that you can see the screen a bit.
you want to dim the light?
Yeah.
Okay, so are we gonna just push that up?
That's low is just not an option. Apparently, there is only medium.
You guys find it no light? Just like photos. You get photos, right? Photos can check that? Photos can check
Yeah, you're being streamed to the internet.
Hello, everyone.
Is this working? Oh yeah, shit! Because the audio is coming through the. Okay, so hold that one, and I will give you a handheld. So here, you take this handheld mic, and also hold that one for the stream. Based on all known laws of aviation,
So why are we holding this one for the screen?
Because that's the one that goes to this, which is going to the YouTube stream. Hello.
So hold them both.
Yes.
Okay.
Please work. Fucking hi. Is that making any sound? Is this one dead?
You have a lectern mic as well. Is this the tape mic? Is the lectern mic going to the stream? Because I can use it. To hold this one.
Try that one.
Hello, testing.
Yep. So hold both of those and speak into both of them, and that will do it. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Pascal. Here on my right, we have Peter, and on my left, we have Rio and Aiden, and we are the Game Jammers. We currently have created the game, The Last Deadline. Basically, what we have is you have submitted an assignment, or so you thought. The reality is, you did not submit it. It's due in 10 minutes, you have to escape the club, and you have to leave, or else you're gonna fail the assignment, and you're cooked. So what you have here is you have your dynamic dialogue with your friend. The dynamic dialogue means that it changes depending on how far you've progressed into the game. Okay. So here, he is just explaining the plot again. You realize it's not due tomorrow, it's in fact due at midnight. You are cooked, Great Scott does not care, he will fail you, it's end of story, unless you can get out. So now, this shows the first level of progression. It means you have to find the bartender before the time runs out. However, because this is on easy mode, we decided that the timer doesn't advance, so it will be stuck at 11:50 for now. Okay. Here is the bartender, and this is the dynamic dialogue. So basically, you have three options. One of them is to just exit the dialogue segment, and two of them will lead you to a mini game. Okay, so here you can play the game, and basically this one is a memory game. What you have to do is you have to memorize the order. It will be around for a set amount of time. I think it was 3 seconds. And once that's done, you have to click it in the exact order that is shown on the ticket. Another thing about the dynamic dialogue while he's doing this is that if you go to a certain character before you're supposed to, he will actually tell you that he can't help you until you've passed a certain level. Okay. So here we are talking to the friend, and here the friend is giving you a hint on where to go. So now he's saying to go to the front. Okay. Here we have two markers for two of the characters that you can interact with. One is determined by the 3 dots, and one is determined by the exclamation mark. Those that are crucial to the game's progression is done by the exclamation mark, but the other one is just an Easter egg. As we have here, this is meant to be Ryan from the UQCS exam. And here we have the frat bro. This is another dialogue segment that will lead you to a Pong game. This game basically works where you have to time it with the spacebar to enter the green zone. Because this is on easy mode, we made it so as you advance through the stages, the green zone doesn't decrease. In hard mode, it does decrease and gets, I think, 2 times smaller. And this is another part of our dynamic dialogue. He's telling you to go to the next person, which is the guy in the corner. And here we have another Easter egg. Hope she likes it. All right. And here's the one with the fat chud. Okay, and here for this one, you basically have to keep the drink in the green zone for a set amount of time, or else you will fail. Unfortunately, here we do have a bug where the bus in the bottom right corner is the boss instead of the fat chud, which is a bit sad. Okay, so now this is going to the next stage, which is to the dance floor.
Alrighty, so dance floor, the whole vibe is just big. Oh, in the mic. All right. The whole vibe is just big, loud, and kind of energy. We have the dynamic lighting, big word. Just kind of keeping everything kind of what you find in a real club environment. Like we have 2 Easter egg characters here. We have Mr. UQCS himself, Zane, giving you a helpful hint. On top of that, we actually also have if anyone's been to CPG recently. We got Clarice. All right. So the big feature of the dance floor is just the one mini game. If you walk over to the strange, mysterious door, you'll find the bouncer. Bouncer himself won't let you in. VIP area is locked off, but they will direct you to the DJ. Now the DJ, vibe's dead. There's only like 4 people on the dance floor. They want you to pick up the energy. Get people moving. So might as well play the game. Now this game's kind of like a DDR. If anyone's played like Friday Night Funkin', one of those things. Match the pose with the arrow keys. Get the vibe going. We do have music, but we have muted it for the sake of the presentation. It gets harder as it goes. Characters start spinning, gets a bit tricky. From there, you get the VIP card, and you can walk right into the VIP room.
All right, now we make it into the VIP room. If you made it this far, very good job. Not many people actually made it all the way here. Here we have one more character we can talk to. My main man, Suvin, he's actually the GOAT. Okay, now if we keep going, a few more people here, but then we reach the couch at the very top and meet the owner of the club. Okay, now he's telling you all about the elaborate plan he cooked up to lock you in the club and prevent you from leaving. And now, from now on, the dialogue, what you pick is actually very important to what ending you'll get. How many of you actually got up to here? If you put your hand up. Okay, we'll take a vote. How many of you want to take the drink from the owner? Okay, we won't do that. We want to show more of the game, but we'll tell you what happens at the very end, okay? We decline the drink, and now he'll offer you a job working at the club, okay? And again, do we want to take the job? Yeah? Not many people want to take the job. I will decline the job. And now we get the good ending. We made it out alive in your academic weapon, but then you find out another assignment due in the very near future. And the other endings that we had if you took you got the academic weapon, and if you took the drink at the beginning, then you get roofied and you wake up later, which is like the 5th ending we have there. If you take the job, then you get the job offer ending. Again, a bad ending. We don't want to be employed, really. I talk about that too.
Yeah, sure. Alrighty, so now you guys seem. I'd like to question how many of you would take candy from a stranger because drunk mistake. You wind up in an alleyway. It's 2 o'clock. Your assignment's overdue to say the least. Blackout. With the mechanics, if you lose in the minigames, you actually have to take a shot. You get you raise your blood alcohol level, and eventually, if you do reach the end of it, you do blackout. You wake up in a bush. It's 8 o'clock. Your assignment's still gone. Final one, in harder difficulties, you have the progression mechanic with the timer. If you do run out of time, you actually do get the procrastinator ending, which is also bad objectively. Now, if you step back, we do have a list of credits just for all the assets we use, just to, if anyone wants to check them out. But other than that, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, that looked really polished. What was the hardest part about putting it all together in the time limit?
In the time limit, there's quite a few bugs in terms of the cutscenes and transitioning between rooms. So we had to spend a lot of the time polishing and ensure the rooms were properly transitioned, and the window size. Sometimes the certain assets would come out, go in. So it was polishing the game that took a lot of time. Any more questions?
One thing that we learned, which we found really difficult, when we began building on Friday, I think, we have 3 rooms in total, and I put a lot of effort into room 1. I tried building it fully and then moving on to another room, but then we were really time crunched for the other 2. I think in the future we'd probably try and build a template for all of them before we begin finishing them up at the end. Yeah. One more question.
Does an audience member have a question?
Yeah.
If you had more time, what would you do?
I think if we had more time, we'd probably be able to, I think, make the assets a bit more cleaner. I think some of the animations weren't very clean. I think if you looked at the beer pong and the pouring the drink, obviously those assets were a bit like last minute. I think maybe we'd pay a bit more attention to like certain settings, maybe a second character that you can choose from, because we just had a guy, so like a guy or a girl. I think that's about it.
I will plug back in. I'll mute that temporarily. Because, and I think Reggie might want to plug in. So
Yes,
we'll just do that.
that's
again
right.
afterwards.
I'll just.
Cool. Sure.
All right. Yeah, beauty. Thanks, guys. Last but not least, Frigid Digits. You're up.
Take that one.
Maybe.
And also talking to as well when you're presenting.
All right. When you're ready, just press start. You must finish by 3 minutes. Number 3 minutes left.
Isn't this like 10 minutes?
Yeah. So you do 7 minutes presentations, and then when it gets to 3 minutes, you have to stop so that you can take questions from the judge.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone can hear me. Okay, I will start the timer right now. Hi everyone, my name is Helen, and I am so happy that the journey came to a destination. So I would say that I am the person who sort of spearheaded the project's idea. My background is in animation, but I'd say without my teammates, my idea is just gonna stay an idea forever. So I'm super appreciative. And what I am studying computer science right now, but my background is in animations when I was in high school, I guess. And I sort of like took a lot of the experience that I have with designing game mechanics and designing like a creative process into this project. One of the first things that I looked at was not the idea, like came up with anything, it was the time constraints. So I wanted a game where people can come in, play to the finish in like 5 minutes, get the complete experience, and then get all of it. And also, I thought a game jam is an innovative place where we can, instead of just trying to create something entirely different, what I liked to do with my game was that break something that everyone is already comfortable with. Now, if you have visited our booth and saw our games, you will see that our game centered on the mechanics of going slow. It's a typing game, but instead of trying to go fast, you're going slow. Now, I wanted to walk through like this project is quite a while in the making. I got together my team like quite a month ago, like right when the game jam happened. I immediately came up with the core mechanics, and in fact, like a lot of the things change while inside the game jam. It changed, but the core mechanic of the gameplay itself stayed the same, and all of the stories just wrapped around it. And as you can see here, we planned quite a bit. I am quite a planner, and I think one of the ways that I really helped my team move forward was to have a clear direction on like what steps to take next and what to implement next. We have like a GDD, which is the game design document, which is the source of truth for all design decisions. And a TDD is a technical design document, which house all of the technical design parts. Now, I am the artist, and all of our arts is made by our team, all of the music, the sounds, and as you can see in here, we have like concepts, which is like what we came up with while designing. And we have, here is like the character and the animations that we actually use in the game. And one part of the game I think that everyone also noticed is that we have an incredibly cool mechanics. This came up with by Ryan, who is essentially the backbone of our entire operation because he has like the most experience technically out of us. And he geniusly came up with the idea to implement a glove that would work so well with the game. And I would like to pass it on over to him, and he will also help us demo how the game works.
Sure. Oh, that's cooked. Come on. It's okay. It's on the right. Okay, there we go. Yippee. Hello. There we go. Is it going? It's working. It is going. Hello. It is indeed a game of time. This is our sort of starting screen. I'm just going to speed run the game essentially. Yippee. So we've got a little starting animation. The kind of background law is, you know, you're kind of you're scientists. You got to go, you know, do things in your sciencey little terminal while there's monsters lurking about. So what usually will happen is once we enter this sort of game, you can see my hand over here. That sort of does a little initial calibration sequence. What this typing game sort of does is you'll, you know, type some words, say you get them wrong, and you have to go and press backspace. Pressing backspace will basically lose your finger. So you can see now my pinky is completely disabled. I can't move it. I'm kind of cooked. And then similarly, we also have vibration motors. They vibrate. So I've just implemented as much haptics as possible in here, just to make, you know, the accuracy of typing, you know, a bit more sort of engaging and a bit more scary as well. I'm just going to purposely die here. We've got this little scary little monster here that comes after you because you've been a naughty person and you lost all your fingers to this machine. Yippee. There's sound, there's audio. Unfortunately, can't barely be demonstrated here. This is basically just a bunch of servers hooked up to an ESP32 that communicates to the game via Godot. And then you have some tension reels that, you know, adjust the tension on your reels over there. And yeah, that's about it. Pass over just for Godot implementation details. About 30 seconds.
Sorry. Well, yeah, so it was our first time using Godot and in general doing something like this, like game development. It was like a very good learning experience. Although I would say that the biggest part for me was version control, which was the first time that I got to that level. Yeah, we were in charge of the basically all of the implementation of the mechanics and the assets.
Yeah, I really had to wear a lot of hats during this one. I did a lot of the audio, I did a lot of the animation and some of the like the title screen and a lot of the UI. So it was very important that I made enough time for my teammates to work on the things that are important.
And speaking of time, question. Questions, queries, qualms, judges.
I'm curious, like, how long, like, where in the planning phase did the glove become part of the game?
I would say that the glove part, it was actually just So Ryan just messaged the group one day and sent a video of a glove, this kind of glove, but it's implemented for another type of game. And then I just like, hey, that's so cool, let's do that. And then just on the day of our game jam, Ryan brought like the entire gig and we just started implementing and it worked.
Barely.
Yeah, but I suppose it is kind of built in.
If you had more time, do you see yourself like integrating this with like any AR or XR capabilities?
So AR XR is definitely on the table, especially with haptic gloves nowadays. They tend to get quite very expensive, so making a budget-friendly option is nice. Personally, I find that the assembly process is definitely not as nice as those professional ones, so you are paying a premium price for a reason. Although definitely getting a homemade DIY haptic glove is definitely pretty cool. Would recommend.
Any other questions? Audience?
I'm just interested, like, how much did it cost to make that?
So the servers were about, I think, $30. All the 3D printing plastic, I think, cost around maybe $10, $20 in materials. The microcontroller was probably $5. I love AliExpress, my beloved. The stepper motors each were about $1, $2 each, so they weren't really too expensive. I think the most expensive part is just owning a 3D printer. Yeah, that took a lot out of my wallet. Who won? We also have a prize for the #1 person who ranked on our leaderboard. Not on that one.
Yeah.
Who was?
Maybe you didn't get the chance to try it, but it was actually very hard. Like, we couldn't do it actually. Like, we only got like 8 people that could finish the game. So the fastest one was Michael. It's Michael around here. I don't know, they just wrote Michael here though. Yes, I think it was. Yeah, it's you. No, he has less time. And Nick. I think he's not here. Well, we'll get to him.
Maybe we can just do it as...
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, we just got to ask you.
Thanks.
Sorry. Oh, well.
Cool. And back to John for the rest of that.
And we don't need the lectern mic anymore.
Dinner's getting sorted.
Dinner's already getting sorted by Joby and Reese.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yep. You are.
Yes, that's fine.
You won't need that one. That'll be coming back through the speakers.
All right. Thank you guys for presenting. What we're going to do now is take a quick recess with the judges. So if I could get the judges to step outside while we deliberate on who the winner of the best overall is, won't take too long. And then after that, we're going to come back, do the prize awards. And at the moment, dinner's getting sorted as well. So straight after that, we'll have dinner. All right, won't be too long.
I'm talking about. I think it's very close. It's really, really close. All of them are good. I love like the hardware one.
Yeah.
I hit all the stuff.
They're in piles. Let me sort this first and then we'll go. Thanks. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. You were going.
Are we just going in order of the slides? Yep. Ready to go?
The order is off. The order is off. The order is off. You are handing one out if it's for you. Yeah, all's good. Got one business. Alright, that's technical execution. How do we tap between them? Do you have to tap between slides? You just go there, don't you? Just backside. Just click. Where do I click to? Just yeah, you just yeah. Okay. Or you can go like this. I'm pretty sure. Sick. Alright, let's get into it. All right. Cheers for hanging in, everyone. Votes are in, and now we're gonna announce the prize awards. So let's get into it. First one is GetCracked.io's best technical execution. So this one's all about the engineering that GetCracked.io is after with the projects. So this includes minimal AI use, solid debugging, smart use of concurrency. You know, they consider design trade-offs, this and the third. And something that actually solves a problem with room to grow as well. So this one has a cash prize of $350. One thing I will say as well, that if your team gets called out, please come to the front so we can take a photo of you and you can get your certificates. But this one goes to Mr. Reliable. Camera, right there. Yeah, yeah.
That's okay. Sorry. Probably stand a bit more that way because you're like clipping out of them.
Oh, okay. That's good. We have a trophy.
That's excellent.
Yeah, this is it.
No.
Is it that one? Gas and Splat. Cool. Thanks, Mr. Reliable, and congratulations. Next one is Noaxon's best Gaussian splatter. So for anyone hearing this term for the very first time, this one went to the best educational game built around a Gaussian splat environment, basically a 3D splat-based world turned into a playable game. The reward for this one is a custom 3D printed trophy. Thank you to Noaxon and Spatial Synergy for that one. You also get an invite to a lunch and pitch session with leaders from Spatial Synergy, Noaxon, and the ACS, Australian Computer Society. And you also get the possible chance to have the game featured at the 2026 Ed Media Conference workshop at the University of Edinburgh. So this one goes to Felicia.
That's you.
Felicia? Yeah. I might have said it wrong. We're all looking around. Over there, over there. Yeah.
The last year.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Next one. All right, this one's a big one. We got the most entries for best story in art, so I'm pretty keen to announce this one. This one celebrates the projects that nail the creative side, so that's a standout art direction, beautifully crafted worlds or storytelling that pulled us right in. This one has a $500 cash prize, and the winner is the team that if we win, we will cut Kenny's hair. And we're cutting Kenny's hair straight after this as well. All right. Next one is Halfbrick's best multiplayer. So yeah, Halfbrick were looking for projects that capture the spirit of social gaming. This was friction-free onboarding, clever multiplayer mechanics, and solid network performance, as well as a complete end-to-end session arc, and that social pull that makes you want to grab your mates and play. This one again has a $500 cash prize, and it goes to Escape Artists. All right, next one, another one from Nuoxon. This is Best XR. This one goes to the best use of extended reality. So projects that push past the screen and build immersive spatial experiences within VR, AR, or anything in between. Again, $500 cash prize, and this one goes to Chrono Trouble. Yep, next one is Tanda's Best Educational. They're on the hunt for projects that actually teach. They wanted educational content woven properly into the gameplay, a clear learning objective, defined audience, and most importantly, does it pass the vibe check? Is it actually fun to play? Again, $500 cash prize, and this one goes to Diagram Drama. Oh, man. All right, last second level prize from NTI. This one goes to the best non-game submission. These are tools or platforms and software that support the gaming world or have a game-like experience. Yeah, $500 cash prize, and this one goes to CCAD Arcade. Oh, you're good. Awesome. Now the last two. We'll start with People's Choice. This one was voted entirely by you lot. This one goes to the project that captured the room. Again, $650 cash prize. And this one goes to Frigid Digits.
You're too connected to everything. You are opening like 30 things. You're moving shit. Oh. Yeah, we can hand these out after so you guys have stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to hold it as well. Okay. I don't know why you're holding it. I'll put 2 on here for you guys. Yeah. All right, now for the big one. You guys probably already guessed it by now. After watching all 3 finalists pitch, the judges picked the project that they reckon stood out above the rest as the best of Game Jam in 2026. This one has a $1,000 cash prize, and it goes to the Game Jammers. We're getting it. Okay. All right. Yeah, massive congrats to all our winners, and an even bigger shout out to every single team that gave it a crack this weekend. Whether you took home a prize or not, building a project from scratch in a weekend is no small thing. So let's just give a round of applause for everyone here. Dinner is getting sorted right now, and as soon as this is over, we'll be able to get you guys some food. But before you all rack off, I've just got to plug a few things. Number one is the Las Vegas Ball, and yes, trust me, you want to be there. UQCS, Skirts, eBest, and Sparsa have linked up to put on the biggest collab event of the year. It's the Las Vegas Ball at Cloudland. We're talking, bright lights, packed dance floor, casino vibes, and just the right amount of sparkle. Suits, gowns, black ties, whatever you name it. Bring your best Vegas glam. So this one's going to sell out fast, and you don't want to be the person scrolling past the photos on Monday night wishing you're there. It's going to be on the 19th of June from 7 p.m. onwards, Cloudland, and it's strictly 18 as well with a formal attire. So yeah, tickets are moving fast. Grab yours through the Skirts link before they're gone and lock it in soon. Another one as well is Tanda's Agentic AI workshop happening this Thursday.
Quiet, please.
Yeah, this is a hands-on session with Claude Code and engineers from Tanda walking you through real-world AI dev. It's definitely worth your time if you want to skill up, especially with how AI is being used nowadays in the industry. And another one is what a CS. So this is a big talk on what a CS degree actually leads to, especially for the first years here. We have academics and industry folks covering the different career paths and research areas you can go into. This one's on the 21st of May, 6 to 8 p.m. at Mod West. But yeah, that's it from us. Cheers again to everyone for an absolutely cooked weekend. Get home safe, and yeah, we'll catch you at the Vegas Ball as well.
Quick announcement, all the prize winners, could you stay, let's have dinner, stay afterwards. We'll take a photo of all of you together. Just like one little wholesome